So I'm here to give Sagittarius, Virgo, and Libra a bonus read straight from the hip with lots of lit. And I'm really excited to deliver the read I'm bringing in for you all tonight. I really sat with it and I was trying to think, what should be the topic? And as I tapped into your energy, which I'm familiar with all three energies myself, I have strong Sagittarius in my chart. In fact, in my progress chart, my sun just went into Sagittarius, so I'm going to be riding that energy out for like 30 years. I already had a Sagittarius stellium in my chart though to begin with, and I also have Virgo Venus. Okay, so I hold that Virgo energy and really strong natal Libra five five placement stellium for Libra, all in the first house of Aries. So hold Aries and Libra pretty close and balanced. But yeah, so I'm pretty familiar with these energies. I'm pretty familiar with these collectives. And as I dropped in, I thought, you know what? I think things are about to change. Oh my gosh, this is really wild. Okay, so when I press record for your all's reading, there's been a storm brewing out here, and the wind is just galing. I mean, it is so intense out there. And I really got this piece about, all right, a change is going to come. But just as I, started to go into this for you all, the wind just went still for a moment. So, dun, dun, dun. It's got that kind of vibe to it. I think you all are quite calm, though, really. I think you have a different insight that maybe others in your situation are missing. So this one's going to be fun. This is going to be really delicious for you guys. This is for all placements. Okay, so sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, because of what's going on astrologically, it's significant. Pluto as well. Any loaded placements. Let's throw Jupiter in the mix as well. Okay, it is Sagittarius's ruler, and we have Venus, in there already, and that's Libra's ruler, so that holds that down. But it's very interesting just with the astrology because we've been in this series of Venus Jupiter conjunctions, and we have one more to come. All right, on the 28th. So I think it's perfect to bring those influences in as well as any house placements for those three signs, that are significant. So that would be ninth house for Sagittarius, sixth house for Virgo, and seventh house for Libra. All right. So look at what planets you have there. Check them out, feel them out, see what you think. Look at how the message applies to that area of your life. This is why it's so helpful to get to know your chart. It really is like a roadmap for you, and gives you something to work with, which is helpful in this kind of wild astrology. So the reading we're going to do today is what door of opportunity is opening up for you. And we're going to do a read for each of you individual collectives. Okay. I'm working with two decks to symbolize what the door of opportunity is. We're going to be working with the Kipper Tarot, which is really straight up. And we're also going to be working with the super awesome Future deck, which is just a lot of fun. And then after we get your door of opportunity and we tune into what the opportunity on offer is, I'm going to whip out my handy angel cards here. And this is just so fitting. I love it because right on the bottom of the deck here, we got the first sign we're going to start reading for, but we have the Page of Wands. So there is that Sagittarius energy. Page of Wands, Uraethel, the preventing God, propagation of light, confounds the wicked and slanders, saves from enemies. And this is what I got for these three signs coming in just as an initial download as a collective for the three of you archetypes. Okay. I really picked up that you're coming out of a time of loss, a time of despair. There's something that has been difficult to process emotionally. It's been heavy. there's been a bit of stagnancy just because of a need to hold sort of like a, I'm really feeling like a respectful space around what was a really disrespectful situation. That's the tone that comes through it. There's also been, because of this process and everything it stirs up inside, there's been a bit of this place of self-reflection, really wanting to be mindful of the next step, the next action taken, where to set your sights, what feels right. And there's been a need to sort of let those emotional waters just sort of settle a little bit so there can be clarity about that. I feel like right now you're just waiting for the memo, you're waiting for the memo. I don't think you're waiting for a memo outside of yourself, though. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like you're waiting for that thing to just like light up inside of you that grabs you, instinctually. And you're like, yes, this is it. This is the direction I need to head in. This is what I need to do. I feel like that's about to wake up for you, because when the wind was really galing earlier, and it really calmed down. This is so wild. I feel like you're moving out of this time of loss. Maybe it's been a little bit chaotic. Maybe your energy's been a little all over the place. Maybe you've been dealing with really unpredictable situations. You might have got hit real heavy by that Uranus square action we had going on all last year. There might have been a lot of moments of having the rug pulled out from under you, or having to just turn on a dime or think really fast on your feet. I feel like you've been dealing with this. I feel like you're also trying to restore a little bit, because you can feel that though it's been a little bit slow for a bit there, just kind of, getting acclimated to the new reality. What's my next step? How do I want to move now? There's been this piece also of like, okay, getting ready, because I know that there's like this big push coming. I know there's this big leap coming. And that big leap is for that door of opportunity, which is what we're going to look into. All right. But I feel like there's this energy coming in that is really moving the obstacles off the path. It has everything to do with getting all this kind of interfering outside energy swept clear from your road forward. I feel like you're getting that road opening. I do feel like there's this big opportunity coming in for you all. And I'm really excited to work with this. So, this is one of the keys for the three view signs, okay? Sagittarius, Virgo, and Libra. Because this is the deck that I'm going to use for the keys that help to unlock these doors of opportunity. So these are things that you can do to ready yourself to really step into this opportunity, and to do so in a way that feels totally empowering and totally rooted, and really just in a strong, solid position. I'm so excited to do this read. I just think it'll be fun. And I may do a read like this for, the collective at some point, or down the line, because I do really like the idea of this read, but you all get to experience it now. And this is your bonus read, so you are the only three signs that will be receiving this read for March, and that's because you had the highest views on the last series we put out. So thank you so much. We do have a current series that I'm looking at, and I will be making an announcement on Tuesday which three signs had the highest views for, gosh, what is that one we've been doing? I just completed it a few days ago. The Venus Jupiter conjunction reading series. Okay, so I will be announcing next Tuesday what three signs are going to get the bonus read for April. And so that's how we do it around here. I try to make it fair for everybody. Everybody has a chance, to get read the bonus read, and get that extra insight. It's just my way of saying thank you to the people that are really showing up and showing out at the channel. And I've had a lot of new subscribers here, so I just want to take a minute as well to say thank you so much. It's wonderful to have you here. I hope you enjoy your time here. It's really a mixed bag. I bring in all kinds of stuff, from the irreverent and comical at times, maybe absurd, to really deep, so, and I'm going to have some other things coming in too. So I'm in a fun, creative place with the channel right now, and I'm really enjoying having you all here participating with me, interacting with me. And thank you for, the subscribes. It really helps get the messages out there, and I really value all of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. We're going to dive right into this. We're just going to dive right in. 10:18 on the clock. I don't know, Sagittarius, if coming up this year, if October is going to be an important month for you. Um, you might have either strong Libra or Scorpio placements in your chart, perhaps. That might be, a message for someone. Maybe you got, some of those placements that are really needing your attention right now. Okay. So I would look at your natal chart. And if you don't have a natal chart, go ahead and go to Astrodienst, dienst.com, and you can get one for free. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. They're just a really wonderful resource. Get to know your chart and your placements. There might be something to look at there. What's coming up in October for you, Sagittarius, has a lot to do with where you have um, any Libra placements or Scorpio placements in your chart. That'll give you a clue. 11:22, something's coming into alignment for you in one of those areas. It's going to be very highly individual for each of you. Okay. So do pay attention to what house it's in. That's going to be significant because that will tell you the area of focus. All right, let's get you up here. Okay, Sagittarius, let's dive in. First, we're going to look at what is the door of opportunity opening up for Sagittarius collective at this time. And this is a timeless reading, okay? So whenever you come across it, it's meant for you, all right? What is the door of opportunity opening up for Sagittarius collective at this time? It's interesting because as I was shuffling there, the cards suddenly had a hard time coming together. I think that some opportunity is coming around for you to bring something together that you wanted to bring together for a long time, but you might have found it very challenging. Ooh, it's something that's really close to your heart here. This is some kind of connection where I feel like there's been a lot of pain. I'm really cluing into those thorns there. I also think this is just kind of like your story, your history and matters of the heart. You've had a lot of painful experiences. There's been a lot you've had to do, a lot of pain you've held in your heart for a long time, and some of it is not connected to romantic relationships at all. Some of that pain is related to things you experienced in your childhood, things you experienced in your upbringing. There's something very old here that you've been holding on to. I am getting that for a lot of you, this also goes to that deeper bedrock layer of ancestral pain. There's something that you've really been processing. It's been very deep. I feel like you're really on this spiritual path. You've been very focused on your growth. I feel like you've experienced a lot of expansion, a lot of opening. I feel like there's been this like passion lit up in your heart, but I feel like that passion got lit through the fire test of truth. There's been some kind of transformational process you've been going through. You've been transmuting the pain and you've been getting to the light that's on the other side of it. And I feel like now that you've integrated this pain, it's sort of like that. I bring it in a lot because it's a quote that's really close to me, but it makes me think of this. It's like that Anne Bronte quote, he who dares not grasp the thorns should never crave the rose. And I feel like you've really grasped your thorns and you've extracted the medicine from them. This leads to a heart opening. And once your heart is open, you're able to receive. It's like when we're in that contracted space of just processing our pain, we're not really in a position where we can even begin to open up to receive. So I see that you're moving into this space, and there's some help you're getting from spirit with that 3 energy to bring something together. This looks like love or something that's very close to your heart. So let's see what this door of opportunity is. I just got like bridging the gap is what came in. Okay. So there's something that's been divided for a while, I feel, and you're bringing it together. This also lands you right in the center of your heart. maybe it also provides a puzzle piece to use, something that makes you feel like you understand the truth of you more with this coming together. Might be even like kind of soul reconnection within yourself through this healing process you've been through. It gave you a new perspective about the person on the other side of that divide, you know. I do feel it's like a person you're coming together with. There's something that ignites some kind of purpose there, some kind of deeper purpose. And it's really it's like a deep healing. It's woo, yeah. It's not just about this situation. Okay. This is very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and get these other two cards too. All right. Or whatever, however many want to come out. Yes. Okay. On the deck. I'm just taking that because that goes right in alignment with these messages. All right. Sagittarius collective. What is the door of opportunity opening up for the Sagittarius collective? I mean, marriage, this is union. This is coming together with someone. We'll go into that a little bit more, but let me go ahead and just do a little shuffle here. All right. Yes. All right. We got a pretty clear picture here. Okay. So let me just give like a little foundation in this matter. So you have a crossing influence. So this is what's been blocking your way from walking through this doorway of opportunity. And this is what this door of opportunity is giving you an opportunity to move out of. And that is this crossing energy of despair. So we see that there was some kind of loss that you have incurred, and there's something that you have been processing. It's pretty much just like a repeat of that download that I initially started this off with for you all. But there's some change that happened in your life with this 32 energy. You might have found that you were with somebody who had brought another person into the mix, and this created complication in your situation. I think this is like something was illuminated for you. I also see there's like this sign in the background here. It says not hiring. So you might have also suffered some kind of financial loss around this. This might explain this matter right here, the kiss up, okay? You know, maybe you felt like somebody kind of put you in a compromising position because you had incurred some kind of financial loss, and maybe somebody was acting as like sort of like holding finances over your head as a way to be in like a power position, and you felt like you were just kind of like this sitting pigeon. You felt really stuck, you felt really trapped. Okay, so I feel like one of the things that's coming in here is there's help coming in. You got some assistance coming in that's going to help bring you into alignment with an opportunity. This opportunity comes to you through travel. I know this for certain. I also feel like maybe you had to do something to get your hands on some money so you could take this next step. It might have been a little risky. You might have had to move a little outside of the box. You might have had to move a little pocket, or maybe out of pocket, or maybe you have to ask somebody for some assistance, or you have to receive some kind of assistance from somebody. I think it's wise to receive this assistance with that 32 energy. I mean, it does show that there's help. Like somebody's going to come in and they're going to help you out with something. I feel like it's an opportunity to help you out with some finances that you need to move forward towards something you want to move forward with. For some of you, this is around getting the capital startup to like start up your business. Or for others of you, it's to get you out of debt or give you some kind of deposit money. But I think there's a trip connected with this too. I feel like there's some kind of trip that you have to take. You have to go somewhere from your usual locale in connection with this. And I think it's because of an opportunity that comes in for you. I think maybe an opportunity comes in for you, and it's one of these situations where it's like you have to go somewhere to get this opportunity. In order to do that, though, you might need to ask for some financial help because it looks like maybe you've been struggling financially or you had some kind of financial loss. I feel like this opportunity is going to take you out of this place of financial loss. I also feel like whatever you need is going to come through for you. That's kind of an interesting message. I just got this message in that, like, maybe, when you were down and out, when you were in this place where you were really struggling financially because you suffered some kind of loss, maybe somebody held, the fact that they were in a better position financially over your head, kind of used it to control you a little bit. And that this made you really kind of also, take a blow, just to your self-esteem, your confidence. Maybe you had an idea, maybe you had an idea for how you could move forward, maybe you had some kind of like business goal, or you had some pursuit that you wanted to pour your energy into instead of just kind of getting back into the rat race. This could have possibly happened for you during the time when everything was going down back in 2020 and things were kind of like shutting down. So maybe you suddenly found yourself out of work. Maybe you decided to head down an entrepreneurial route. Maybe people kind of held your reversal over your head as a way to kind of like put you in your place. I don't know. That could be a possibility. I do feel like maybe you got some assistance at that time, and that really possibly gave you, even more of this kind of blow to your confidence. But what I feel like is happening now is it's like the tables are turning. Maybe also there wasn't a lot of support for what you were doing. Maybe they didn't believe in, what you were wanting to pursue in terms of like building your own business. Maybe you had a lot of people who didn't think you could pull something off, something along these lines. I feel like this is kind of like the tables turning. I think you're going to be seeing an opportunity to really increase your profits, really increase your finances, your financial base. Okay. And these people who, didn't support you at the time when you were down, are going to find themselves in quite a different position. I really feel that. And I think it's because maybe you don't see this just yet, but there's some door of opportunity. It comes through an invitation to travel somewhere. And it's through traveling to this place that you're connecting with somebody that is going to really give you this opportunity to have a whole new foundation. We see this with the journey. Okay. And some of you may even opt to journey by train. Maybe you're wanting to take the long way. Maybe it's wanting to, just have some time to drop in and maybe have a break from all this heavy processing. Just have that feeling of roaming. I don't know if you've ever been on a train before to travel, but it's quite a different mode of transportation. And it's just like Janis Joplin says in her song, when you're on the train, tomorrow never happens, man. It's all the same fucking day, man. So I feel like you've kind of been on a long, strange trip like that. And maybe you want to just kind of sink into that energy. Some of you might be looking at traveling on the train. I just got skunk train for someone, okay? So that came in there. You might want to just enjoy and just go along for the ride, Maybe you've been holding a lot. Maybe you've had to work really hard. Maybe you just want to be carried somewhere. I don't know, that coming in for somebody. But I feel like this opportunity involves traveling somewhere, and we see that it leads you to expansion with the spaceship. Okay. What looks at first like it's just like, oh, it's just a trip. Maybe you think it's just a pleasure trip, go and relax, something like that. Or, you think, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to travel to this place. I'm going to see what this business opportunity is about. You don't think it's going to be a really big deal. And it ends up being this thing that opens up a whole new chapter in your life, because the spaceship is about moving into that big Jupiter energy. It's really about moving into such a place of expansion that the entire landscape of your life no longer bears any resemblance to what it was before. This is about expanding your reach, expanding your network. If you're doing any work online, if you have any kind of platform, this is growth. This is getting your word out, getting your services out, getting out what you have to offer, your creativity, whatever projects you've been working on, whatever you've been creating and building for yourself. This is really getting it out to a wider audience. This is getting recognized for that work. It's also a whole new cast of characters coming in. These are people that are really going to support you in moving forward in a really empowering way. Okay. They're going to connect you with other people. And this is going to lead you on a whole new wild, sort of um, ride. I feel like you're going for a ride, man. Just let the energy carry you. It's not even so much about you having to direct anything at this point. It's like you've already done the work, you've laid down the bricks, and it's almost like spirit's coming in now and saying, here, we got this. Come along for the ride. Wait until you see what we got in store for you. And so there's going to be all these things opening up for you. A lot of you will move. You're not going to stay in your same location. A lot of you are moving. Some of you may be making really long distance moves as well. You certainly are going to be traveling more. And every time when you go to these new places or you travel, you're going to find another clue. It's like going to be almost like a treasure hunt. And all these synchronistic pieces are going to line up for you. And they are forming the foundation of your new life and what's coming in for you now. You're meeting brand new people. These people are not just fly by night people either. These are people that you are going to form real deep connections with. They're going to feel like soulmates. They're going to feel like instant soul recognition with these people. Some of these people you may have had distance from for a while. That can be emotional distance, that can be physical distance. We do see you're bridging the gap, right? You did have that two of that two energy come in with that sacred heart. So I do feel like this is also bridging together something that has maybe been divided for a while. Could be with another person that you do consider a soulmate. I mean, we have marriage here, okay, but I feel like this marriage is not just about coming together with another romantically. This is definitely there, and I think you're being guided to this. Okay, there's something that's unfolding now. I think that this person is going to be a trip. I think they're going to take you on a trip. Maybe this is going to be a really out there connection. Maybe this connection has a lot of depth and spirituality to it. There's a lot of growth in this connection. At times it may feel really like expansive, very big, like, ooh, wow, there's a lot going on here. Okay. But it's a ride, it's an adventure. I also feel like you're going to be doing just a lot of that traveling and seeing new places. And I feel like you're going to find where you really want to lay down roots. And it's in this place that you're going to have kind of like a whole brand new community that you're building around you. And the people that are coming in now, these are people that they're all very pivotal for how you're going to be moving forward in the future. Very pivotal in how you'll be moving forward in the future. You're going to do some important things together, man. I really feel that. It has something to do with something you're putting out there, okay? Something you're putting out there. And it's interesting. So there's also like this love story in the backdrop, but there's definitely like this growth in finances. And what's really coming through for you is it's about, get the ticket, buy the ticket, take the ride. That's what I got. Buy the ticket, take the ride. That's a quote. I'm trying to remember whose quote that is. I'll find out. I'll find out. And there's a whole there's more to that quote. I can't recall it in this moment, but I feel like that quote is kind of coming in for you, right? Some of you may be doing a destination wedding. I just got that, I just got that, all right? Very interesting. Some of you, it might be spontaneous. You might do it on a trip, strange things happen. You would be surprised. But something is presenting itself, and it comes through the opportunity to go on a trip. And it's like, yes, whatever you have to do, buy the ticket, take the ride. It's leading you somewhere amazing. All right. Really amazing. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see. Let's get some keys for you. Let's get some keys for Sagittarius collective. What are 3 keys that Sagittarius needs at this time to unlock this opportunity, this door of opportunity, and what can they do to obtain those keys? Give them a little spiritual counsel, angels, please, to line everything up with the greatest of ease for Sagittarius Collective. All right. 3 keys, please, for Sagittarius Collective to open this door of opportunity, angels. 3 keys to open up this door of opportunity for Sagittarius Collective, angels. 3 keys for the Sagittarius Collective. Ooh, there's one. Okay. Okay. Give me 2 more, Spirit, please. 3 keys for Sagittarius Collective. 3 keys for Sagittarius Collective, please, Spirit. Okay. All right. And 1 more, please. 1 more key for Sagittarius Collective. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So we have, I'm going to read each of them individually. Okay. We're not going to do clarification on any of these. So tune in with your intuition in terms of interpretation. Because the key is found within. Okay. The key is found within. And you got to access those keys first by going inside. We got this with the 2 of Swords. Okay. So this is really about just kind of staying in your own energy, maybe kind of pulling your energy back a little bit. So you can really get very clear. So the guidance you need to move forward can come in. We have 2 of Swords, Aniel, God, Lord of all virtues, breaking the circle, lifts opposing barriers, brings victory. Okay. So I feel like your first key is going to come from blocking off any energy that's trying to kind of like pull at you and pulls you out of your center. So there's this need for you to really turn your intention inward and your attention inward. And the intention is about holding space to receive that guidance that you need. There's something that comes in. I feel like it's going to be like a download. There's something that comes in when you pull your energy back and you take time to just kind of turn within and listen and block out outside distractions. It's going to give you the guidance that you need to be able to break through the barriers that are holding you back and get to the other side of this. I also feel like one of the keys is that there's somebody that you need to break with in your social circle. There's somebody that maybe wears the face of being a helpful person or a friend, but they are actually creating barriers that are keeping you from the thing you want. So if you cut this person off, you're going to find that those barriers fall away and your success is assured. All right. So there is this piece, though, to access that key and who that person is, perhaps. Maybe your judgment is a little clouded. Maybe you have multiple people trying to talk in your ear and you're confused about who you really should trust. I think that if you can get some space, it's going to become very clear for you. Some of you may need to do some spiritual work around this. You may actually need to do like some kind of ritual, like cord cutting. Okay. You might need to just cut the cord, man. Just like cut it off clean. there is this piece, okay? So there's somebody you need to cut off in your circle that's causing your blockages, right? This is coming through very strongly. And you might also want to do it on an energetic level as well, because there might be some hoarding going on there. There could have been, I don't know, maybe you took on somebody's workings, in the past. Maybe somebody was doing some kind of workings and you know, internalize that, because we have to form an energetic agreement to take in anybody's spell work. So that already kind of shows if something like that is coming into play, there's already some kind of unhealthy codependent, dynamic involved. All right. That's your first key. Your second key is Two of Cups. Luia. Fruition provides expansive intelligence and gives the grace of God. Okay. So I feel like your other key, and this is interesting because they both have to do with people. I feel like your other key is there's somebody that you're meant to come into alignment with. This person will lead you to opportunity, fruition. They help you expand in a direction that is smart, like if you head in this direction, it's going to get you where you want to go. That's what I really got. And you'll be totally like blessed up along the way. You'll find everything just falling into place. So this is somebody that has some kind of helpful guidance that they can provide for you. This is somebody you're meant to come into alignment with. Again, I feel like it's going to come through. You're going to know, as you start to cut off, this person in your circle that's been acting as a block, then you're going to be able to know who you need to come into alignment with. And this is what's going to set everything into motion. 36:44 on the clock, 9:44, 8. Okay. So what you cut off, what you end the cycle on, what you close the circle on with that 9 energy leads you to a building block for your destiny. With that 44, it's all blessed up, covered by spirit, big angel help on your side, synchronicity on your side, coming through very strongly. Like I said, it feels like a treasure hunt kind of energy. One thing unlocks another. It's just like sets off a chain reaction, like the domino theory, the domino theory. I feel like that's really in play for you. It's very strong. It's all about you coming into alignment with somebody. This person, it's just like you connect with this person, one thing lines up after another, and it just gets you heading straight towards your destiny. And I don't feel like it's just limited to one area of life. I feel like it's everything. Everything. I feel like you're moving into major expansion. You are stepping into unknown territory. There's a lot of movement around you. It feels very expansive. And yet, though it's kind of like so much movement, so much expansion, I feel you're very calm within it. You're very calm within it because it's infused with what you've been looking for, which is that inner knowing that, like, yes, this is what I'm supposed to do. And it all comes first by kind of pulling your energy back. Once you pull your energy back, and you kind of focus on your own, what's going on within you, and you block off some time and space, and you just cut off everything that's confusing you. Just get some breathing room from it. And you sink in, maybe, create some space for doing some meditation, something that really brings you into your center where you really can hear your internal guidance. Or spend some time in nature is always wonderful for that as well. I feel like once you get the download on who you need to cut off, that really makes it clear who you need to come into alignment with. And perhaps that way was just blocked before for that person to come in. Once you cut off this person from your circle, all of a sudden this person comes in. You come into alignment with this person. This opportunity to go on a trip, to take a trip somewhere is put on the table. You somehow have to do something to get the money that you're like, oh, I don't really want to do that, but you need to do it. Okay. You need to do it. It might mean taking on some extra hours, it might mean, doing some work you'd rather not do, or receiving some help from somebody that you'd rather not have to ask, or maybe you wish you didn't have to take the money, that kind of thing. But don't let that hold you back. Okay. Because Your third key is Hierophant, Haziel, the merciful God, divine forgiveness, obtains friendship and favors of the great, secures promises. So your third key is, spirit, take the wheel. This is about you letting go and trusting. It's amazing. It's really about you just really trusting whatever has had you in a place of despair, where you felt like it was such a loss. Just move into this space of radical trust that what's actually happening is it's the birth of your destiny. 40:33 on the clock. There is something big happening for you, Sagittarius, and it's really powerful. Okay. I feel like you're coming into alignment with your true path at this time. I feel like the path you were on before was not your true path, but it was part of your karma. It was a karmic path where you had to burn off a lot of old shit, man. You had to burn off a lot of old stuff. And I feel like you burned through it, man. You burned through it. And that's funny, spirits. It makes me laugh. I got this like, all right, paid in full. Here you go. Here's what you need to move forward. Okay. So maybe this is the kiss of his like, oh, please, spirit, will you just give me some reprieve? I just need to get through. Maybe you've been really like, maybe you have been asking for some help. Maybe you have been praying it out. You might be doing double time. Might have had the candle vigils going, and you've been doing the work. I see that. Like, it's very clear. It's all here in your read, man. You have been doing the work. You have been laying down those bricks. And I see that this is like, okay, the big boss, the big boss spirit, the big boss, great spirits. Like, here you go. All right, paid in full. Here you go. Here's what you need to move forward. And it brings you expansion. It brings you into expansion. But I feel like this is very unfamiliar territory for you, where you're expanding on a business level. I feel like it's in a direction that's completely new to you. You've never done this before. You don't know what to anticipate, but you got to just trust your gut. Okay. So if you've been doing something for a while now, you've been growing something of your own, maybe you've had some ideas to kind of verge, into some wild terrain, do something a little bit different with that. Don't question it. Do it. Do it. It's going to be the making of you. It's going to be the thing that just makes things take off. I see expanded outreach, especially for anybody doing anything online. Your reach is really going to widen. This could be even going viral. Okay, it's like all of a sudden just a lucky stroke. That's the way it happens, right? It's just that one action that you take. Maybe you don't think it's a big deal. It's a little thing. Maybe it's a short you put out or something. People see it, catches on like wildfire. You may not think it's a big deal at the time, but then it brings a whole new flow of traffic to what you're doing. People start knowing who you are, what you offer. There's growth here. There's growth in, it's not just financial growth though. It's growth in actual like outreach, like network expanding, being known for what you do on a much larger scale. And there's some kind of trip that brings a big opportunity. And I see this really just changing your whole life. You're coming into alignment with somebody, you're cutting somebody off, okay, but you're coming into alignment with somebody. And from there, it's just like a whole new cast of characters. It's a cascade effect. Meeting this person, connecting with this person that you're supposed to, that's been blocked up to now, it's a catalyst and it expands everything in your life. I am looking at the time here and I'm realizing, though I had every intention of doing all three signs in this particular read, it's just not going to happen. I'm going to have to break y'all apart, okay, because too much came in with this. So I think maybe just with the Sagittarius energy that's so front and center with that Venus Jupiter conjunction we're playing out, There was no way I could condense this message further. So considering that, I think maybe I'm going to go ahead and let's just go ahead and pull out. Let's pull out another deck of cards. Let me see what's calling to me. What's calling to me? We got your 3 keys, all right? You just got to let spirit take the wheel, man. Just trust the flow of life. Let yourself be carried. You've done the work, okay? The reward's coming in, but you got to take the trip. So when the trip comes in, take the trip. And I do feel like maybe somebody's going to give you some money so you can take a trip, and you might feel like, oh, take it. It's like spirit making things right for this person to give you this gift of money. Take it. It's going to lead to the next direction. We got Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck here too. Hamia, God, the hope of all the earth. Ritual and ceremony can acquire all the treasures of heaven and earth. Okay, so Queen of Swords, that's big Libra energy, and Libra was also coming in with this collective read. So, there might be a Libra connection. You might have a strong Libra placement in your chart. Again, look at your natal chart. There's something here that's going to give you some kind of guidance. Very interesting. That's a really interesting message. Maybe you're traveling somewhere for some kind of wedding or something like that. I'm just noticing the ceremony. And maybe this brings you into alignment with a Libra. Maybe you connect with a Libra at this engagement, this wedding, this event. And you two coming together, there's something that builds from there. It says, all the treasures of heaven and earth. Interesting. And if you have strong Libra placements in your chart, have a look at that. It's coming through really strongly for Libra. Queen of Swords is pretty quintessential Libra, but you could also throw Gemini and Aquarius in there as well. So this could really be speaking strongly to you if you have any of those air sign placements in your chart, and do look at what houses they're in. That'll give you a clue about the opportunity that comes up with this person you're connecting with. They could be a Libra or an Aquarius or a Gemini. All right. So pay attention to this piece. But there's something about this. Very interesting. I feel like there's somebody you're going to connect with, and it's through some type of event. And for some of you that are in kind of like those circles, maybe you're going to some kind of ritual event. Maybe you're going to like Beltane. I just got like some kind of Beltane gathering. Maybe you meet them at a Beltane gathering. I don't know. Okay. This is what I got coming in. So that's an interesting message. Pay attention to that. Let's see. I just want to pick like, let's see, an overarching theme card. What do I want to use? What is calling? I will get to the other 2 signs, Virgo and Libra. I think I'll just do them each in separate reads, because I think we could really go down the rabbit hole with this one. It's interesting though, because the opening download was for all 3. Was for all 3. So, oh boy, how am I going to handle this? I don't know how I'm going to handle this. I'll have to figure it out. Sometimes, you just can't control the download. It's all good. Look at this. We got joy, bottom of the deck here, using the Halloween Oracle. So again, there's this piece. Maybe October is a significant month for you. Something coming in there. Joy, rejoicing in the present. Right now, it's just really this vibe, Sagittarius, where it's about let go. Okay, just look at this. Okay, the leaves are falling from the tree here. So it's like, let what needs to die, what needs to be released, what needs to be shed, just like let it go. Trust what's happening now. Rejoice in what's being released, just like the trees do at the fall, right? They're so beautiful. They're not dismal about what they're having to release, what they're having to let go of. They're letting the light pour through it. They're seeing the beauty in it. They're seeing the growth that comes from it in the form of the new beginnings, that will grow in the spring. So spring may be a very significant time for you, Sagittarius, and we just entered spring. So I feel like leading up to summer solstice, there's going to be a lot unfolding, and there's a opportunity for a trip that comes in. Might be somewhere around May 1st with that Beltane connection piece that came in. Leads to a lot of expansion. And again, you may be like traveling to somebody's wedding or traveling some Beltane event or something along these lines. You meet somebody there and everything changes. Bottom of the deck energy scrying, intuition. Yeah, you might even have an intuitive hit about this, you know? Maybe it's something you wouldn't normally do either. If like maybe you're being drawn to go to a particular event, maybe it's some kind of like spiritual event, maybe that's something you don't normally do, or maybe that's something you never really thought of exploring, but you kind of just get this like little tug that comes up inside of you. It's like, maybe I'll check this out. You go there and then you like connect with somebody and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this. If I wouldn't have gone, I never would have had this experience. So something really cool there. Let's see. One overarching theme card for Sagittarius Collective. Okay. Oh, I love it. Hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. And there's this like forgiveness. And the forgiveness is in reverse, which is really interesting. And it says there, reducing burden. But I like this, that this is reversed like this, because I feel like you're already through the forgiveness. That's what I'm really getting from it. It's like, no, I already grasped those thorns, you know? I already did that work. I already let go. I already arrived at this place of peace within myself. And I am the rose. And it's very interesting. I have that song, The Rose from Bette Midler coming in. You have to look up the lyrics to that. I feel like that's a really significant message, but I feel like, you know, this peace, you know, happiness in our hearts and homes. Like your heart is your place of home. It's like dropping into your heart, dropping into that place. I feel like you've done this healing work. You've overcome what was this great sense of loss and despair. And there's this beautiful gift that's coming forward. And it's because you did this forgiveness work. You let it go. There isn't even this piece of this need to do this forgiveness work. You've already released it. This is you like arriving at that place where it's like, now you get the rose and it's everything you hoped it would be. You feel like you're right where you need to be. Beautiful.